Your ability to do an exercise program is going to have a lot less to do with your physical abilities and a lot more to do with your ability to stay motivated to do your exercises. So there are 2 times that you're going to need motivation the most, and that is to get started on your exercise session on a given day, or to continue exercising once you've started your session, because as you start to get tired, you may start to feel not as motivated to continue. So we're going to go through some strategies to help you make sure that you get to the end of your workout. One of the biggest barriers when it comes to exercise is just finding the motivation to get started. So here are 3 strategies to help you get started on any given day. Now the first is scheduling it in. When you schedule a workout in or schedule an exercise session in, then you've already given it importance and you've given it some time allotted in your day or your week to actually get it done. So that's strategy 1. Strategy 2 is get an accountability buddy. Often we let ourselves down and we don't do something for ourselves, but as soon as it's for someone else, then automatically we will try harder and we'll work harder because someone else is counting on us. So having an accountability buddy or someone to exercise with or someone to talk to about your struggles can be really important and really helpful when it comes to staying consistent and motivated to start your exercise program, which leads us into the third one, and that is finding your progress or tracking your progress so that you can see how far you've come and how far you've improved. So at the beginning of your session, when you're like, I don't really feel like doing it today, what you can do is you can open up your journal or a calendar that you're tracking your exercises on, and you can see how much you've improved, and you can feel the difference that exercise is making, so that when you can actually see the progress you've made and how far you've come, then that can go a long way in motivating you to get started and sticking with an exercise program. Once you've started an exercise session, sometimes it can be really hard to stay motivated in the middle of that session. I mean, you're going to get tired. Things are going to be challenging. If you've set it up right, you're going to be pushing yourself relatively hard and you may want to give up. So here are some strategies that you can use to help push yourself through any given workout session. Now the first one, and I think the most effective one, is I call it chunking, or breaking it down into smaller chunks. So if you're outside walking, this may be running or walking running. This may be running to one lamppost and then walking to the next one, and then running and then walking, and breaking it down into smaller chunks, as in the chunk is the next light post. It can make it a lot easier and a lot more motivating if you just have to make it there and not all the way to the end of your run. Okay, which brings us to the next one, and that's focusing on your form. So if you're outside and you're running from light post to light post, sometimes it can be helpful to focus on your form. So if you know you're supposed to be pushing back more every time you take a stride on your run, then just focusing on pushing back and swinging your arms and just focusing on those things and not how you're feeling can go a long way in helping you push through the intensity of that workout and being able to get it all the way done. Okay, which brings us to the last strategy, and that is being distracted. Okay, so a lot of people may listen to music, or they may, if they're inside and running on a treadmill or an elliptical or something like that, then they may put on a TV show and zone out and watch that. And by being distracted, that can take your mind off the pain of what you're actually doing in the moment and help motivate you to push yourself all the way through that session that you're in the middle of.